Hello there. Welcome to Prime TV News live on Tuesday, the 26th March. Let's begin with our headlines tonight. The Prime Minister says current government has rendered a yeoman service for women empowerment. Nurses' strike becomes futile. Yavanpura will commence tomorrow. Annoying devices of buses to be removed. And in news overseas, flash floods kill more than 19 in Iran. All that and more in detail now. The second day of the 15th Biennial Conference of the International Network for Quality Assurance Agencies in Higher Education, held chaired by President Maithripala Sirisena today at the BMICH. Under the theme of Quality Assurance, Qualifications and Recognition, Fostering Trust in a Globalized World, INCAHE 15th Biennial Conference will be held until 28th of this month at BMICH. The Ministry of Higher Education and University Grants Commission are organizing this conference jointly. The International Network for Quality Assurance Agencies in Higher Education is an international association of 300 organizations that is active in the theory and practice of quality assurance in higher education. The biennial conference host institution is the University Grants Commission this year. Professors, academics and special representatives representing universities of many countries are participating in this conference. The President presented mementos to them at the conference. Minister Rauf Hakim and group of invitees were also present at this event. On to our headline-making story now. The Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says the current government has rendered the biggest service for empowering women in the contemporary history. The Prime Minister was speaking at the Dana Bhivani Women's Summit. The parley was held at Temple Trees. Premier Ranil Wickremesinghe presided over the event. The Samurdhi Development Department, which has been set up under the Ministry of Primary Industries and Social Empowerment, has organized the event. Minister Daya Gamage, State Minister Ali Zahir Maulana and Deputy Minister Anoma Gamage were present on the occasion. Meanwhile, the Public Service United Nurses Union has launched a trade union action. Activities of the hospitals island-wide continue without any hassle. The nurses who staged the strike were demanding to ensure opportunity to all nurses to obtain a bachelor's degree and several other rights. The Public Service United Nurses Union plans to hold the strike today and tomorrow. They engaged in a sick leave campaign. Meanwhile, the Government Nurses Union announces that they will not join the trade union action. Yavanpura program will commence at the Livestock Resources Center in Biravilla, Hambantota tomorrow. Yavanpura is a brainchild of current Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. He introduced the Youth Empowerment Program, Yavanpura, in 1984 in the caliber of then Minister of Youth Affairs and Employment. The first Yavanpura was held in Polonnaruwa. Consequently, the program was extended to Kuliyapitiya, Matale, Anuradhapura, Bandaravela and Giranduru Kotte. The program was stopped in 1988 and recommenced under the guidance of the Premier in 2016. The 2016 Yavanpura was held in Sigiriya with the presence of 5,000 youths. The event was conducted in Trincomalee in 2017 and in Nikavarattiya in 2018. The 10th Yavanpura is to be unfolded in Hambantota tomorrow. More than 8,300 youths are expected to take part in the event and some foreign youths will also attend. The mission of the initiative is to create a vibrant discussion on national policies and development, prevention of drug menace and rural development. Participants represent all the districts in the island. Chairman of the Western Provincial Transport Authority, Thusita Kularatne, says all the added devices in buses that cause inconvenience to the public will be removed. The Transport Authority has given a grace period to the bus owners to remove their annoying equipment voluntarily. Thusita Kularatne pointed out that the Transport Authority of the Western Province has earned a record income during last year. The income of the organization exceeded 317 million rupees. He highlighted that a comprehensive program will be implemented to improve public transportation in the province. Now, the Water Supply and Drainage Board announces that the water supply in several parts in Colombo will be suspended from 9 p.m. today to 6 a.m. tomorrow. Accordingly, the water cut will affect Colombo 13, 14 and 15. The board also said that water will be supplied to Fort and Peta at a low pressure. In other news, the water level of reservoirs that supply water to hydroelectricity power plants is drastically reducing. The program to provide artificial rains in Kasalri and Mausa Kale has also been discontinued. The water level of the Kasalri reservoir has gone down by 48 feet during the drought. As Mausa Kale reservoir water level has decreased, people have commenced to pay homage to Sri Shanmuganathan Kovil that was submerged due to the construction of the reservoir. The Kadadura Rajamaha Viharaya and Tispane Viharaya that were inundated due to the construction of Kotmale Reservoir have also come to the surface with low water levels. Minister Ravi Karnanayaka says the government has taken a complete range of measures to address the current situation. The 79th National Day of Pakistan was commemorated in Colombo. The commemoration ceremony was organized by the Pakistani High Commission in Sri Lanka. The event was graced by Minister Rauf Hakim and several politicians, including opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa, were present.
As you all know, that the security situation in South Asia is very delicate and fragile. Pakistan's response to the external aggression was prudent, deliberate, and more so, responsible. We have demonstrated considerable restraint. I want to assure you and to the whole world that Pakistan does not desire to escalate the situation, and we wish and want to resolve all sorts of disputes and all crises through dialogue, including the dispute of Jammu and Kashmir as well. These dialogues and negotiations are the only way to establish peace in the region. Pakistan welcomes regional consultation and mediation by international community, United Nations, and in particular SAARC, to resolve any dispute in this region. I must also clarify that Pakistan condemns all forms and manifestations of terrorism, and we also condemn associating terrorism with any particular religion or with any particular culture, with any particular civilization. We do not promote the clash of civilization. We believe in respecting for all religions, all cultures, all civilizations, and we very sincerely feel that it is through the dialogue of the civilization that the problems of the humanity can be resolved.
Paddy purchasing in the Walava region has commenced. Director of the Ratnapura District Agricultural Department, Sarat Chandrasiri, says 116 million rupees has been allocated for paddy purchasing. Paddy purchasing takes place at 42 centres in the zone. The government buys paddy at a certified price of 38 rupees for 1 kilogram of nadu and 41 rupees for 1 kilogram of samba. More local news. Minister P. Harrison says a stronger national agricultural policy will be introduced that would not be changed in accordance with the governments that are in power. The minister made the comment when he engaged in a discussion with some state officials. Minister Harrison highlighted that assistance of experts and representatives of agrarian societies will be sought when formulating the policy. The minister stated that in the course of preparing the national policy, attention will be drawn on import of crops and domestic production. The new policy will be drafted within 2 months. He highlighted that change of agricultural policy time to time would hinder the national growth. News from the judiciary. Fourth Magistrate Ranga Disanayake ordered to further remand former DIG Nalaka De Silva till the 9th of April. Nalaka De Silva used to work as the DIG in charge of Terrorist Investigations Division of Police. He has been arrested in connection with the plot to assassinate VIPs, including President Maithripala Sirisena and former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The magistrate stated that the bail application for Nalaka De Silva will be considered later on. The petition, which was filed by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and several parties challenging the verdict given by the Commercial High Court of Colombo in connection with not paying due amounts for SLTB buses used for last presidential campaign to the tune of 142 million rupees, was taken up before the Supreme Court. The appeal petition has challenged the order given by the Commercial High Court to accept an amended charge sheet. The case will be taken up again on the 13th of June. The Court of Appeal given dates to consider the writ petition filed by former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa against the order given by the Permanent High Court on the 21st of February. The writ petition will be taken up on the 6th of next month. Now finally, on our local news segment today, a group of Navy personnel attached to the Northwestern Naval Command recovered a haul of beedi leaves floating in the sea, which was 1,232.5 kilograms in weight during a patrol carried out at Udaipur Sea area. The recovered haul was packed in 35 parcels. It is suspected that this consignment is a smuggling attempt from India by floating over the sea. The haul of beedi leaves was handed over to Customs Sub-Preventive Office in Sinnapadu for further investigations. Accordingly, over 7,000 kilograms of beedi leaves, which were attempted to bring into the island in illegal means, had been apprehended by the patrols and raids carried out by the Navy during the past months of this year, and the process of preventing such smuggling attempts is continued. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka Navy held 11 Indian fishermen along with 3 fishing trawlers for engaging in illegal fishing in northern waters belonging to Sri Lanka. The arrest was made by naval personnel on board a fast gunboat attached to the Northern Naval Command during a routine patrol in the sea area northwest of the Analathivu Island. The arrested Indian fishers and seized trawlers have been brought to the naval base SLNS Ilara. After a medical test, the fishermen will be handed over to the Assistant Director of Fisheries in Jaffna for onward investigation. As a result of continuous patrols conducted in territorial waters, the Navy had also arrested 11 Indian fishermen together with 2 fishing trawlers engaged in illegal fishing activities on 23rd March. Now up next is the biz news for the day. Let's take a look at the currency rates. Up next.
The Banking Regulator's Currency Department of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka will open a counter at its head office to issue coins to the general public. The counter at number 30 Janadipati Mawatha Colombo 1 will be open for the public from 9 am to 11 am on every Wednesday and Thursday except for public and bank holidays. Coins are issued in packets of 100 pieces each, and the minimum amount of coins at a time is 1 packet of 100 coins from one denomination. The maximum value of coins issued to a person at a time is 20,000 rupees in any denomination of 1, 2, 5 and 10 rupees.
The benchmark all-share price index lost 15.99 points, close at 5,513.68, while the S&P Sri Lanka 20 index lost 9.6 points, close at 2,708. The turnover was 311.45 million rupees, with 13.2 million shares changing hands in 2,935 trades. The market capitalization at the end of the day was 2,577.89 billion rupees. Top 5 gainers of the day were Mansai Royal Resorts, Waskadu Beach Resort, Agstar, Singh Hospitals and BPPL Holdings, while the top 5 losers were SNB Leasing Non-Voting, Blue Diamonds, Bedwell Resorts, Namanukula Plantation and Odell. Today's foreign purchases were 124.08 million rupees and foreign sales were 160.69 million rupees. There were 2 crossings today and the crossing turnover was 44.99 million rupees.
Well, that's all we have for today, but we'll be back with more tomorrow. Until then, have a good night.